Welcome to Westworld. I guess
Yeah.
that's something that everybody was kind of telling you when you first showed up on
It
set.
feels very, very good to be a part of this world.
Yeah. Were you a
Yeah.
fan before?
I was a crazy, psychotic fan. Yeah. Of Westworld, of Lisa and Jonah. So.
So how did it all happen for you?
So I got a phone call saying that Lisa and Jonah wanted to sit down with me. They had a role that they wanted to pitch me, and so I sat down, and they sort of gave me the broad strokes of who Caleb was, and gave me the broad strokes of what was going to be happening in this third season, and how we are going to explore the world outside of the walls of Westworld, and see what society was all about, and I was very excited.
Okay, so tell me about Caleb.
Caleb has a very complicated and interesting past. He's a construction worker who has a robot named George that he works alongside of every day. He also is struggling to kind of break through his own sort of personal ceiling. He wants to kind of grow, but he's struggling to find a way to do that. And so in the meantime, he kind of works odd jobs as a petty criminal through this Rico app.
I was going to say, there's an app.
There's
for
an
all of
app,
it.
yeah.
And it just kind of tells him where to go and what to do?
Yeah. He kind of, decides on this app whether or not to do certain jobs, and he goes from there.
Okay. This is a role that I feel like you're used to playing as the criminal.
Yeah. It's.
Do you feel like you gravitate toward those kinds of roles?
I don't mind playing the criminal.
Yeah?
I just like to play sort of complicated, messy characters.
Mm-hmm. And so, how does that factor into what's happening with Dolores? Because you meet her at the end of episode 1.
Yeah, towards the end of episode 1, he is on a job, and he got through the Rico app, and he sees this girl in distress, and he just feels that he needs to maybe come to her aid. And so he finds her bleeding out in the middle of a tunnel, and that's where their relationship starts.
There's a wild fan theory out there right now. Do
What's
you know what
that?
that is?
No.
It's that Caleb is Dolores' son.
What? What? Or
Exactly.
maybe, I don't know. Is he? Interesting.
Remains to be seen, I guess. All right. So when you showed up on set, I guess people were telling you, they're like, "Oh, he just has no idea what he's in for."
Yeah, you know what?
I've
heard about the rumors of Westworld, the making of Westworld.
Right.
It's just a big, ambitious show, and it's hard. And
what was the most challenging part?
Oh my God! I mean, the night shoots were tough. We'd be working. I think my first night shoot, I thought I was going to be saved from the sun coming up. I was sadly mistaken.
Oh, no.
I think I got off at like 10:30 in the morning.
What?
Yeah. So that was a little hard because Mondays we'd start back on days again. And so going back and forth. And the reason why we shot nights a lot for the majority of this season was, Lisa and Jonah, they said the future looks better at night. And so.
Oh, I
I think they're right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How does being on Westworld and this aggressive, intense shooting schedule, how does that compete with, Breaking Bad?
I mean, we definitely were used to night shoots on Breaking Bad as well. And so they kind of went hand in hand on that aspect of it all. But I don't know. It's just like shooting the future was really exciting. Working a lot with green screen and
A lot.
motion capture
Totally.
and all of that was... working with George, my robot, was a lot of fun for me. I was a geeky, a giddy school kid,
Right.
going to work, and it was just so huge in scope.
Yeah.
And these stories, these scripts are just so massive, and they just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it was all shrouded in secrecy, and that just heightens everything.
Yeah.
And me being such a massive fan of the show as well, sort of getting to know this story before it comes out was incredibly exciting.
Obviously, it's, you know, a message about the dangers of artificial intelligence. Is there anything in your own personal life that you would say that you over-rely on in terms of gadgets or technology?
Honestly, no.
You try to stay away from
I actually really do try and stay away. I my whole thing is keep my phone down and head up, and so maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's not, I don't know. But yeah, there's definitely dangers in technology. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's a blessing and a curse for sure.
Yeah. So how do you keep the phone down and your head up? You know,
I get distracted by my baby. It's easy.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you just leave the phone in the other room, and
That's true.
it's super simple. Leave it plugged in and just kind of enjoy being outside and running around.
Yeah. Is there anything that you've gotten, you know, because a lot of people are they're addicted to apps, they're addicted to their phones, and
Yeah.
is there anything that you think that that's been enriching in your life now that you've sort of unplugged and stayed away from the whole thing?
I mean, to be honest, I mean, I'm slightly older than you, probably much older, but
Yes.
you know, but I'm used to not having a phone, you know, and so it just was this new sort of introduction into all of our lives. I mean, I see my younger nieces and nephews, they always had a phone in their hand, and so I just see them just like constantly looking at their screens, and I don't want to introduce that into my baby girl's life, and so my wife and I try to not use our phones while we're with our little daughter, and so
Yeah.
I don't want her to get so used to the screens.
It's very important, you know,
Yeah.
lead by example.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome to Westworld, and
Thank you very
congratulations
much.
on season 3. It's
Thank
fantastic.
you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.